You haven't seen this thing in a while, have you? The mud mower. So this thing made quite a bit of videos, and then it just went away. Where did it go? Well, it's been here. Right now it has really bad belt slipping issues, and the last time I really had it in the mud, it just didn't go anywhere. So we're gonna fix that. But first we gotta figure out what's wrong. Well, this is less than ideal. Got a very loose belt system. My clutch pulley, the belt doesn't even fit all the way into it, and it's just super loose. This is supposed to be my tensioner, but when it doesn't even move, the belt just kind of slides across the top of it, and now it's off. So that's no good. What I do have is a 5.5 inch pulley up front and a 4 inch in the rear. And if you look, there isn't much belt engagement on that pulley just because it's so small. I can slip it by hand. So that's not good. So that is where my lack of power is coming from. And this belt is absolutely trashed. I think it's cut in the middle. Just wore out. So how am I going to fix that, you ask? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some proper pulleys for this thing. I want to put a 5 inch in the rear and a 7 up front. So that'll give a bigger bite on the motor and a bigger bite on the transaxle. And I'm also going to go from a 5/8 belt to a 1/2 inch belt. You may think smaller belt is not good, but smaller belt will allow it to sit deeper into the pulleys and actually bite down better. So I've got to order some parts. In the meantime, I think I will make a bumper for this thing today. That way I don't fully waste the day, because I want to save my hood by not running into trees. So bumpers. So after about a week of waiting, I've got my new pulleys. Unfortunately, my 5 inch pulley doesn't have a bolt to lock it in place, so I might have to figure out something with this or get another one. But this should allow us to make the clutch system. Got the 7 inch pulley, 5 inch for the rear, and 2 idlers. So I think I'm going to put the first idler on this bolt coming down from the chassis, from the frame, right here. And that will allow the belt to ride above it and go down, and keep the belt nice and high. And the second one will go right about here. You know, the clutch should pinch on it. This is copying Creepy Crawler's system. He has a pretty badass clutch, and his tractor's pretty cool too, so this thing's gonna be sick. Another piece I noticed is this like belt brake right here is supposed to be in line with this, and it's been cut and welded before, so we're gonna straighten that out. Alright, so I've got the clutch piece repaired. I had to cut it off and re-weld it, but now that's good. And I think since my pulley is smaller, it can fit right here just beyond the footrest, which is awesome. And this other tension pulley will go right about here, and that should allow everything to work pretty good. Got the old belt on it just to have a belt there. So I'm going to drill a hole right here, bolt this one up, and then I will make a piece that's similar to the top of the clutch. Well, we'll clamp down on it and allow the belt to stop spinning. A belt brake. It'll be very similar to what the stock guard has right there. Just this little piece. So this is how it's going to work. The clutch will go down and pinch under here, and there will be a guard on the top and bottom of this, just like Creepy Crawler has, and it'll keep this belt in place while it's spinning at 2,000 RPM. But now I am at the time where I need to go to Tractor Supply and get a belt. You may be wondering, LilBJessup, how you gonna measure the belt? You have nothing to go off of. Well, I got this magic tool called rope. What you do is you take the rope, you wrap around it, you mark it, and you're like, all right, tape measure time. Now, just like that, got her on. That's how the belt's gonna look. I'm gonna take a Sharpie. This one's blue, my rope is red. And let me pull up my knot. Do this with my left hand. Get the rope nice and tight. right here. So by putting one end in the vise, taking my tape measure, putting it on the end of the vise, just going along. Looks like I need an 82-inch belt. So 1/2 inch by 82. That should be pretty easy to get. So Tractor Supply came through. They had a 5-inch pulley with the bolts on it, the pinch bolts or whatever they're called, and 1/2 inch by 82 belt. And a good thing about Tractor Supply is you can return it if it doesn't fit. So keep your receipt. Let's see what we can get. Come on, baby. I've been bamboozled. What did I do? Back to Tractor Supply I go. Oh man, someone got me in the store. This one says 62. The package says 82. I should have checked the dang belt. Oh. So I'm back again from Tractor Supply. I've got my belt on, and this is how she's going to work. Clutch is going to go down. It's going to hit a pinch point right here, and it's going to stop. I did test fit the original belt guard that was on it, and it does clear this massive pulley. So what I'm going to do is I'll modify the original one that I've modified to work, and that'll be my belt guard. I really like that one because it wraps around the front of the pulley, and it prevents water and stuff from splashing up and getting me in the face. Because if you ride one of these, you'll know this thing turns into a high pressure spray gun that just finds your face. So I'm excited I can keep that. So other than a mess, this is what I've got so far. I made this little piece right here that when you press the clutch, it pinches the belt, see? That allows it to slip around the front, but not slip off. So that is how the clutch works on these things. Fix that floppiness with some metal to secure it around the belt, and the front of the pulley will be secured with this guard, because I did get this to work. I cut off the factory mount, or the factory belt stop, and this piece fits on there pretty easily. So I'm going to do the belt guard a little different than the way most people do it. I'm going to drill a hole in my engine adapter lift plate right here and run a piece of flat stock going up and down, and I'll do the belt guard on the back side instead of on the front, and it all would be tied together and be one big piece for the top and bottom. I'm going to weld it to this piece right here as well. So come out, go up, and come out and go down, and just hold everything nice and tight. Should be pretty simple. Easier said than done though. So in a means to not overcomplicate things, I have went ahead and I've used the mount that I made right here in the actual belt brake right here as the supports for the belt guide. Now I will do some risers up on the top and run a metal piece right here for the belt to run along the top, and same thing with the bottom. I've got this top one really close. It's not actually touching, but it's dang near touching. Just to keep the belt nice and tight, so it doesn't so it knows which way to go. Don't want any belt confusion here. So I've got it tacked. I'm going to pull it off and I'm going to weld it all the way up. And then once she's already all the way welded up, I'll start planning out my top pieces, which are this whole piece thing is not complicated. It's just a matter of figuring out where you want to put stuff and doing the right bends and cuts and whatnot. Well, what started out as just this normal bracket, and this bracket back here has turned into this complicated piece of, well, it could be hung up on the wall and look like art. But yeah, it's my belt guard or guide or whatever it is. Should work pretty good, pretty solid. Yep, gonna let it cool down now. It's kind of hot, and I'm gonna give her a test. And here it is on the machine. You can see the amount of clearance. Like the belt isn't touching, but it's close on the top and the bottom. And what that does is it keeps the belt nice and tight and in track. So we're going to test fire it and see how she works. Feels really good. So now I'm going to test fit the cover on it, and the cover will keep the belt from going out this way, because you can see it was jumping around a little bit. Man, this thing hooks now. I stalled it right away, of course. Oh, it leaves. So we do have something revving up front, so I dump the clutch. But this thing books. She goes quick. Still bring her in and see what's going on. So something in here isn't happy. Probably the pulley hitting it. I probably just need to hit this thing with a hammer. But we're shooting sparks out when I turn left, which is kind of strange, but So it looks like it was rubbing right here. That's fine. What I will do is just pull the pulley out a little bit, because I didn't have it. It's supposed to be on that mark right there on the crank, and it wasn't out far enough, so I was in too far and I was hitting the belt guard. Simple fix. But yeah, this thing rips. I'm gonna get that fixed and we'll do a top speed run. Sounds like it's still rubbing again. Hammer time. So I had to cut a piece of my guard right here and add a wedge and cut a piece on the bottom, do some bending, and now it runs and doesn't grind. So you know what that means? Top speed run! We're gonna go for a rip. Unfortunately, the weather is, well, absolutely crap. But we don't care about that. Let's go. I've got my phone app going. I have this in my pocket. Let's go. So before, I was never able to use high reverse without any gas. That's nice. Oh man, she is right. Well, I'm absolutely filthy now.
But this thing is a beast. How fast did we go? 19. 19 isn't too bad. Not bad at all. Does donuts now in the mud, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go hose her off. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm glad to get the wheel horse back going again. As you see, I've got a bumper on there now. There's a rear bumper coming in progress. I just wanted to get her going. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, comment down below. See you in the next one. Well, that was fun, but now I regret everything.
Do I have to wash that off there?
Can't come inside.